Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Road to Random. After last season's heroics, it's a new season and it's a new league for us to play in. The Isthmian League Premier Division. We are one below the Vanarama National League South, I believe. So 2 divisions off the conference really. So we are getting there. We are getting there. After last season's dramatic finish, I don't know what to expect from this season. The expectation from the board is at least the playoffs, but the season preview, as you can see there, has us winning the league, which is quite surprising. A new season means new transfers. I needed to add more strength to this squad, and I have. We will start with the outs, and unfortunately Billy Hunt has left the club. He's gone to Cambridge City on a free. I let him go. His contract was running out. He's only on a 1-year deal, so I let him go. Unfortunately, he just never quite forced his way into the squad. He didn't really stand much chance thanks to Danny's boy and his great form, and Taylor Crossdale came in and did very well as well. But 18 appearances, 3 goals. It's a solid sort of comeback from him. And I think he could go on to score a lot of goals for Cambridge City, especially in that sort of league. So it's the best deal for the player more than anything, I think. Sam Clayton has also left the club. His contract was running out, 30 years old. Of course, he scored the goal in the first episode, if you remember, for the first win of the series as such. But I've let him go. I've just got better options in, and he wasn't really playing anyway, so it was just a waste of squad space, really. So I've let him go. No club has picked him up, actually, although he's got a couple of interested teams around him and should be able to find somewhere to play eventually. Steve Jones has also left the club, young central defender. There was a lot of potential for him, and then we just sort of brought in better potential for the centre-back option. So Steve Jones didn't really get a look in throughout the season. He didn't play once, in fact, so it made no sense to keep him there. He's gone to Oakwood in a much lower division, and he should do well there. The big news in terms of transfers out is Anthony Price. So he was a big player of what we wanted last season, of what we did. 46 appearances, 3 goals, 9 assists. I wanted more goals from him, but he was a solid player throughout. But as you can see there, Leicester City came in for him. A Premier League side came in for a Ryman League Division 1 South player. He has a lot of potential, really good stats, and I think he could be a fantastic player in the future. I wanted to keep him, but I stretched out as much as I can. And we came up with a deal, £9,000, which is a hell of a lot of money for this sort of club, who are in a lot of debt as well, we are, so it was a good deal for us, £9,000, and I put in the deal that we would have him back on loan for the rest of the season, which we do have, and he should be a starting midfielder for us throughout the season, so it's good to have him back. There was also 10% of any future transfer fee, so if he does go on to be a world beater and sign to Manchester United or Real Madrid for 45 million, then we get 10% of that, which could be huge. The first of the ins, and it should be noted that of course Danny Boy went back to Bromley on loan. He had a fantastic season for us last season, so I decided we needed to replace his goals. The first one of them to come in is Connor Finlayson, 18 years of age, good stats on him, look, decent finisher, decent first touch, can play the poacher role quite well. I don't think he's the best striker that I've brought in, but he will do a decent job when asked upon him, so hopefully he will do well. He came in from the Fleetwood Academy, a young striker. Hopefully he will score goals. Another man brought in is Luke McCormick, and I'm actually pretty excited about this one. His stats have gone down a bit since we signed him, which is a bit weird, but he's a good finisher, decent first touch, technique's pretty good, a lot of greens across the board. He came in from the Nottingham Forest Academy, and I'm hoping he can score a lot of goals. He can play the poacher quite well, and if we ever decide to play 2 up front, he can play the other roles as well. He should be a decent striker for us this season. At this point, I was planning for him to be the #1 striker. I wanted some options for Masungu. I wanted some competition for Masungu. And Michael Fairclough is that man. He's got good stats, really good crossing. Look, he's very good for his age. I have sent him out on loan for the rest of the season to Harrowby. I'm hoping he can go there and do well. He's played a game for him already. He hasn't really made much of an impact. He had a decent season for Bracknell last season, so I'm hoping he can do well there, push on and come back as a real starting option. I've added some experience to the back line. Andy Parish might be a name that some people know. Very, very good stats, especially for the division. We've got a very, very young side, especially the back line, and I was hoping that we could add some experience to it. 29 years of age. Been at Bury and Morecambe Football League teams, and I'm surprised that he's dropped down to the Ryman Premier Division. Got him on a free. All of the transfers have been on a free, actually, because we don't have any money. Francis Vincent has come in. He's a decent player. Not quite a starting ability, but something to add to the squad so that he's a backup. He's a quality backup, better than what we've got. Centre midfielder, 20 years of age. Pretty happy with that. We've got some competition for the goalkeeper now. Dale Evers come in, Bermudan. He's got a cap. He's an international. We have our first international. Decent stats, lots of greens. And he will be coming in to sort of put competition with Smith in the Whyteleafe goal. Sam Evans has signed from Havington Waterlooville, who actually were promoted from the division we're now playing in last season. I'm surprised he wanted to come. His contract, of course, was running out, so we brought him in. Centre midfielder, deep line playmaker. He was going to be the replacement for Anthony Price because I knew he would be leaving, but I ended up getting him back on loan anyway. So it's a bit of competition and a bit of squad rotation can be used to get Sam Evans the games he wants. Really, really good stats. Very happy with the physicals. If you look, natural fitness is going down now, but pace, stamina, very, very happy with that. Jonte Smith has signed from Lewes, also Bermudan, so we've got two Bermudans. He's an international as well. His stats have absolutely plummeted since he signed, and this is maybe it's something to do with the training, I'm not sure. But he's got decent stats. He's a centre midfielder, or attacking midfielder, also plays up front as a poacher. Signing from Lewes, who of course were in our division last year, and I believe won promotion through the playoffs. So 42 appearances, 34 goals is an impressive feat in that division as well. So he will add a different layer to the squad whenever we want to play some sort of centre attacking midfielder. We've also brought in another couple of loans. Dara Leahy, Irish international. Is it Dara Leahy? I'm not sure. I may have to come up with a nickname for him because it doesn't really roll off the tongue. He's got a photo as well, which is cool. On loan from Coventry, left back. Robert Gerrard, who played left back for a majority of last season, did well, but he can also play centre back, and I wanted someone who's more of an out and out full back. Leahy is that man. Lots of good physical stats. He could grow on to be a really, really good player across the league, so hopefully he'll do well for us this season. It means Tom Brunt might be sold. He hasn't really hit the ground running. He hasn't come in and pushed himself for a place, so he may be sold out. You'll have to watch that space. The final loanee comes in from Bristol City, and as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to bring in some competition from Masungo on the left wing, but then I ended up loaning the transfer that I brought in back out. So I brought in Johnny Smith, 20 years of age, very, very good stats for the division. Decent crossing, dribbling, whatnot. Lots of greens there. Very, very rarely got these little purples, which is what I've got it set up for some reason. He could actually be a starting left winger, depending on who he's playing the better, but it's some competition from Masungo, which might help him for his patchy form. I thought I was done there. I didn't think there'd be any more transfers in. And then the unexpected happened. He's back. He's back. Danny Boy. Danny Boy. 50 goal a season Danny Boy, who had Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton, all of those teams swimming around him. He signed for Whyteleafe on a free transfer, on a permanent deal. I couldn't believe it. His contract ran out at Bromley, and I thought, you know what, he's going to end up at the bigger teams. But for a while, nothing really happened, so I just put a contract offer in, and he accepted it. And then he signed. I don't know. I'm shocked it happened. He's going to be probably our best player. His stats have started to plummet again. It must be something to do with the transfers. It must be something to do with the training, but it's really, really good finishing. Look, we know what he can do, Danny Boy. Let's have a look at what he did last season. Again, look. 46 appearances in the league, 44 goals, 11 assists, 13 player of the matches, 52 goals in 50 games in all competitions. He is a legend of the club already, and hopefully he can add. It should be noted that Whyteleafe is one of his favourite clubs as a player, and myself is one of his favourite personnel as a manager. So that could be something to do with why he decided to join. He likes me, he likes the club, and I'm hoping he can have another season like he has done, and we can go on to have a really good year. Okay, then on to the game today then, and today we open up the league campaign with a game away at Staines Town. I actually have a friend from Staines. Dave is his name. That's not even a fake name. His name is actually Dave. So this one's for you, Dave. We can beat them. I I'm in two minds of what formation to play at the moment. We have the 4-1-2-3 defensive midfield wide that worked so well last season, and against more difficult teams, I would think I would play this one. But I have been toying with a 3-4-1-2 formation in pre-season. Obviously, those players wouldn't be playing in them positions, but it's more of a three across the back line, four in midfield with two wingers, an attacking midfielder and two up front. The reason being, I brought in these strikers not expecting Danny Boy to join, and when Danny Boy came, it meant if I'm playing one striker, I've got a lot of strikers just sitting on the bench, and people like John Tay Smith and Luke McCormick wouldn't be getting a game, which worried me a little bit. So I have brought in this sort of formation. They've trained it, they know it well. I'm unsure of what to do. I think for today, just because we're not really sure of what's going to happen, of how we will sort of go in this league, I think I'm going to play the 4-1-2-3 defensive midfield wide. Danny Boy up front. I'm going to bring in Johnny Smith instead of Masungu. Let's give the young lad a go and see how he goes. The midfield trio that won us so many games last season keeps its place with Jones, Rooney and Price. Rooney, of course, scored the goal that won us the league in the final minutes, so that was a big goal, and he gets his place. I'm going to give these sort of players that did so well for us last season a chance, and hopefully, if they keep their form, the transfers won't even get a look in. If not, we've got a good backup, which is what we didn't have last season. Leahy will play at left back. I think we have to give him games. He's a better option than Robert Gerrard, but Robert Gerrard may come in throughout the season. Andy Parrish doesn't even make the bench at the moment because Passley, Pace and Wadd will keep their place. And Jordan Smith is in goal instead of Dayleaf. I'm going to give Jordan Smith a few games and see how he goes, but Dayleaf is there waiting and raring to go. Okay, then looking at their side, they're playing 4-4-2 in this funky little yellow kit. No players really come out at you. Van der Heide is a cool name for a right back. Hopefully, again, five across the midfield more or less can dominate the football, and that should mean chances for Danny Boy, and we know he will take them. I will say I feel much more confident about the squad that we've got as a whole this year. Lots more talent added to the squad, which means we can make more changes. You'll notice throughout the episode, the same sort of 11 tended to play a lot because there wasn't much real options across the squad. There was Waller Lassen and that could come in, but there wasn't many other options. So I'm glad to have more or less another 11 that I could play and feel confident about winning games. The game is flying by here, 28 minutes on the clock. No real opportunities. We've got more shots, obviously more possession with the tactic. Maybe this isn't a bad thing though. Okay then, here's Passley on the right wing. Needs an option inside. He's got Price, Leloni now. Rooney, the hero from last season in the end. What can he do with it? He's found Jones. It's good football again in the midfield as usual in this formation. Here's Danny Boy. Danny Boy, the goal scoring threat. Price, Rooney. Into Jordan Smith. Smith with a save from Turner. It's a good save from Turner. I'm not sure Jordan is his name actually, Smith. That's a bit harsh. Maradona's corner kick in, and it's hacked away from Turpin, who will lead the break, the centre back. Chance for Stones on the break here with Turpin, number 4. Looked a bit clunky going up, and Jones has cut it out, and there's the end of the highlight. His name's Johnny Smith actually. Sorry, Johnny Smith. An injury to Diego Maradona, a dead leg. Not exactly what we were wanting there. Alright, have we got on the bench that can come on for him? Half time means a change then. Diego Maradona's going to have to come off. I think I am going to play Masungu on the right wing and see how he goes there. Offer the lads a bit of encouragement. Keep going out there and you can still win today. Bit of faith will do us, I would think. You have the ability to make a real difference. That's a new one. I will say I'm very surprised that we've been put in sort of position to be favourites to win the league straight away. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a tough season. But maybe it's the transfers I've brought in. Maybe it's Danny Boy. Who knows? I think a more attacking formation might be needed for the future games. Staines, who finished 4th last season in this league, I believe. I thought there'd be a difficult test, but we've dominated the game. We just haven't found a goal. We might hear with Danny Boy. That was not the composed finish you're used to from Danny Boy. And Johnny Smith sends it well wide. That was bizarre. Danny Boy usually just absolutely prolific from those positions, and he wasn't there. Okay, with 20 minutes to go, we're going to change it up and we're going to go to that attacking formation and see how it works. Danny Boy up front with John Smith just off him. Price is going to move forward into an attacking midfield role. Actually, I'm going to play Rooney in that role, actually. I think that'd be a better fit, and Price can sit in his deep line playmaker role. Masungu on the right is the only real weakness. Unfortunately, Maradona's injury has forced us into that. Masungu, let's see what he can do on the right. You never know. It does mean I've used all my substitutions, which probably wasn't smart. Let's not get an injury here. Joey Jones has moved into centre-back with the change, by the way, instead of the defensive midfield role. He intercepts it there. Price, Rooney, we're much further up the field now. Masungu, Price to Rooney again. Rooney can slip in Danny Boy. This is the chance, and Danny Boy's taken it. It's his first of the season, his first since returning to the club. The legend, the myth, the man, Danny Boy. It's 1-0 to Whyteleafe. Okay, then, as you can see, in front of a fairly packed Stainstown arena. That's not the name of the stadium, of course. Danny Boy, smart finish. Goalkeeper stood no chance. That's what you expect from a man who scores like he does. And it's 1-0. Already the attacking formation means more highlights. Smith to Danny Boy again. Back to goal, so he goes back to Smith and it's hacked away. Jones can mop up. Price loses out, but it's Jones again mopping up. And here's Smith on the left. Smith can find a cross, and there's the other Smith. Smith to Smith, and they've hit the post. Parsons. That's hacked clear by, looked like Price at the near post, and John Smith comes away with it. Danny Boy in support. Can he find a cross to him? Flanagan's done well to get across there. And Staines get it clear now. Price can keep it alive. Evans. Sam Evans to Danny Boy. To Rooney. On the turn, he's hit the post. And Jordan Smith can find John Smith. And that was a waste. Clock is ticking down. That should be it, I would think. Maybe a chance on the break. No, there is the full-time whistle at Whyteleafe Park. Hell of a name of the stadium. It's Stainstown 0, Whyteleafe 1. The perfect start to a new league. What could have been a difficult opening game, and we have battled it well. Danny Boy on the score sheet again. The first of many, hopefully, this season. Okay then, in terms of the next episode, I think I'm going to play a few games. Metropolitan Police should be an interesting one. Tunbridge Angels. I'm going to play a few. I think we'll come back maybe for the... I think we will come back for Bognor Regis Town. That sounds like a fun one. Home game. So we'll play the next sort of 4, see how we're going in the division, and come back for that one, I think. So if you enjoyed this episode, why don't you like the video, subscribe to the channel, or drop me a comment in the comment section. Why do you think we are favourites to the division? Is it the transfers? What do you think of them? What do you think we can do this year in terms of the league and possibly a cup again? Until next time, from me to you, goodbye.